Hello, America. Hello, America. I can't stand our society. I can't stand our society. You're an angry Republican. You're an angry Republican. This session here, once we get the ball rolling, we're going to start doing group talks and all that. So, but right now we're just going to have a session where we just discuss things that we loathe. It's called group loathing. All right. So here's what I loathe. I don't know if you don't mind if I kick it off there.
Kick it off.
All right. I loathe double standards, and I'll give you a quick example. You've got, like, especially in celebrity stuff, you always hear these news stories, and so you got Jim Carrey, who's been in many films I love, all right? Mm-hmm. Jim Carrey, he doesn't get out much. You don't see him at, like, red carpet events. You don't see him on the E! Entertainment channel, right? And so he's obviously got a few problems. You know, you've heard about his life. But so he puts a YouTube post up. He must have caught the actress Emma Stone in something. She's pretty amazing. I mean, I agree. But he put this little, like, and it wasn't creepy to me. It was just like a love letter. Like, he was explaining to her why he thought she was amazing. To me, it was like either he might think she's interesting. He might have decided, hey, I'm going to try to hit on this girl, and this is the easiest format. Or he might have just genuinely wanted to give her praise. I mean, and then so here's what happens. The media gets a hold of this. They take this news story and they put it on the internet, and they put it on, like, CNN.com's main page, and it's all about how crazy Jim Carrey is stalking some 22-year-old girl. It's just bullshit. It's that double standard. If Demi Moore sends to Ashton Kutcher, oh wait, she did that already, didn't she? Yeah, Demi Moore got a hold of Ashton Kutcher and was like, hey, I'm 45 and I look pretty amazing. Why don't you come over to my house? And he did. And what came of it? They were married for a long time. They're having a horrible divorce now. But that's neither here nor there. You never heard how Demi Moore was creepy stalking a younger guy. It's a huge double standard.
I can only imagine the upkeep on that woman has to be incredible. They probably have teams of doctors coming in to inject her with all kinds of chemicals and
I agree.
Poisons and whatnot. He probably got sick
of the ass payments.
He was probably looking over and saying, "Look, I got pretty much a stepdaughter that is more along my dating criteria."
But have you seen the video?
No.
If you watch it, I mean, he looks a little ragged in it, so I could see maybe, but people going, well, he looks a little downtrodden. Maybe it was one of his psychotic episodes or whatever. I genuinely think the dude was alone at home and he hadn't slept in a few days and he was watching, who knows, Zombieland. And he's like, that chick's fucking awesome. I'm going to send her a little thing on the internet because I'm a huge multi-million-dollar star and I want to give her some praise. Oh, yeah. And I can't just walk on down to the Starbucks and have a cup of coffee and invite her out, because then people will say, hey, Jim Carrey's been banging Emma Stone, So that's one of the things where I'm like, man, there's a huge double standard, and there's a double standard in everything, every facet of everything.
Well, with as far as there's that type of media outlet, the entertainment magazines and the TV shows, they feast upon any little crumb of truth, even if, like they just did it with Howard Stern and Nick Cannon, because Howard Stern is now going to be on America's Got Talent as a new judge. Mm-hmm. And they throw it up in the air that Nick Cannon and Howard have some sort of problem with each other, when in fact they're going to be on each other's shows, and I think next week or something. Howard had said some things in the past about Mariah Carey, so they grasp onto that, and then they start this whole ball rolling of nonsense, and that's how they make a living, and just people getting paid ridiculous amounts of money to start shit, pretty much.
Yeah. And I actually heard, didn't Nick Cannon just almost die or something?
Yeah, he had some sort of kidney failure or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That sucks. but I see your point. Yeah, it's it's feasting on those little stories, because nothing sells a stupid entertainment magazine better than little dirty juicy bits of things that were bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, every time you go to a grocery store, you're standing in line, you've either got Time Magazine's People of the Year going on, right next to it you've got is Mariah Carey blowing two dudes in the back of her car in this grainy video. It doesn't make any sense.
I've had the privilege of viewing Steven Tyler's man breasts too many times.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody cares who's physically fit. I mean, apparently the housewives, maybe no offense to housewives.
Who's holding the standard? If that's the standard, I just don't understand. The reporters clearly can't be up to that standard that they're expecting everyone else to be.
Right. Well, that's what I've always said, Franklin. I've always said, listen, what these celebrities need to do, they need to get together, all right? And this would be so great if they did this. Like, just 3 or 4 of them get together and pay people to follow these reporters who follow them and take pictures of them eating breakfast with their families and start their own magazine called Shitty Reporters or Terrible Reporters. And just be like, have mundane shit they do because their lives are so miserable and boring that they have to actually follow around people with substance. Yeah. And be like, here's Tommy eating breakfast with his broke down wife. You know what I mean? Like, here's his son doing a line of blow at a Halloween party. You know what I mean? Just, I would just roll with it. But they, celebrities are apparently not too busy. I gotta make Mission Impossible 9.
Evidently, there's a line. They draw in the sand, bullying's on one side, and right next to that line is making up complete bullshit to make someone's already horrible life worse, especially when they do it to people that already have nothing going on. Like, I can't even think of anybody off the top of my head. Amy Winehouse.
Right. She literally has nothing going on right now.
Nothing. But before, she had. I actually appreciated her music.
Somewhat. I did too. I loved her music.
Awful human, but
yeah.
You don't need to throw that out all the time. They already feel low enough.
Yeah.
And that's the line they draw there. Oh well, it's fine. But if we called her a name. If we called her a cunt, it'd be over that line.
Yeah, that's over the line. But we can say she was poor hygiene, or something. Yeah. Like they can actually put a picture on this magazine showing her without makeup and be like, Amy Winehouse, does she smell? Question mark. That to them, makeup. Yeah, that to them is okay. But I see what you're saying. It's a crazy world out there. That's my other thing that I want to gripe about a little bit is how much money these people make and how few dollars I have in my pocket.
That's right.
And look, I'm not saying that they don't deserve it, but...
They're pretending.
Yeah, they're pretending, and anybody can pretend. What my thing is like you got Brad Pitt down there in New Orleans building homes for poor people. You got Angelina Jolie helping him out. She's also a peace ambassador. Where the fuck are all the rest of the celebrities at? You know what I mean? Like,
well, regardless, there should be a glass ceiling on that. There should be like once you hit so many $1 million, they just say no, you're not getting paid anymore because
for pretend time. Write a book.
I mean, come on, stop.
Yeah.
When you start paying thousands of dollars for collars for your dog or clothes for your dog or jet skis that have diamonds on them or whatever the fuck these people are buying.
Right.
The glass ceiling should come up. The minute you make a bad or just totally asshole-ish move and buy something stupid, you should have someone stop you from receiving money.
Yeah, that's a branch of the government I can get behind. Rich people patrol. Whoa, your yacht has how many rooms? Yeah, you don't need that many rooms.
Are you telling me that you have a TV in your trunk of your car?
Yeah. Well, you hanging out you got... Oh, I see. It's when you're putting people in the trunk of the car. They need to watch a little television on the way to the body dump. I mean... look, I see... So that's my whole point on that, which I see your point too. I like what comes out of Hollywood a lot of times is some neat stuff, but think about all the crap you have to filter through to get to that one neat thing. I saw a movie it was towards the end of the summer that was one of the best movies I've seen in a long time. It was called Drive. But you see that movie in the theater, right? And I'm in a theater, and it's probably 2 weeks after it's opened. There's 3 people, including myself, in this theater watching this film. 2 of which got up and left before it was over. All right, so that's going on. Then you got Transformers 3, who for like 8 weeks in a row rakes in money. So I'm not saying that I'd say it was better than the second one by leaps and bounds, but what I'm saying on the whole is that nobody wants any substance. I read later on that people were suing the movie Drive because it wasn't like a movie that had a whole bunch of driving in it. I'm not kidding. They went for some action movie that was a race, and they got a deep, thoughtful, like, crime drama, and they couldn't handle it. They're like, I don't know, what's all this talking? What's all these words and conversations?
I thought it was awful that I went so long without watching The Salton Sea. Wow. Because it wasn't properly promoted. I didn't know what it was. You look at the case, you think it's, I don't know, some sort of action movie or something like that.
About some dude that's a tattoo artist.
Yeah, maybe. It doesn't. And I hadn't heard about it, and then someone said you should watch this movie, and kind of sat me down and made me watch it. It might have even been you. I don't even remember. But after watching it, that's got some of the greatest dialogue in it. Mm-hmm. Some of the most fucked up parts that you could ever imagine, and Vincent D'Onofrio was great as what's his name, Huggy Bear or Pooh Bear?
Pooh Bear, I think. Yeah.
It's good characters.
Yeah.
And it's even got the guy from Buckcherry in it, and I hate Buckcherry. He redeemed his shitty self.
Yeah. I just, I see all this crap comes out, and then you got people who I know, and there are people in my family right now who are teachers, and they don't make nearly as much money as they should on the whole of everything. And so you've got that going on. You're paying these people $20 million to pretend to break into the giant skyscraper. Right. And you've got somebody that's actually teaching your children how to be real, positive human beings and be a contributing member to society. And you're paying them, whatever it is per year. I know around here it differs. In Columbus it differs. Cleveland it's different. But it's still not enough. So those are things that bother me from day to day. I watch a lot of news. I read a lot. And every day I'll read an article about something that just irritates me. And that's what we're trying to promote here. We're trying to get this out. Even if it's just our friends on Facebook that watch this. Matter. At least they'll get a laugh out of it. And
more people watch the show. I don't know. We got programming coming. So
yeah, we're gonna do some more stuff, and that's what we're doing. We're wanting to stimulate your brains.
Think.
You're a disemboweled, dismembered, disenfranchised, dehydrated diabetic.